Flying Fortress and the Super Mines. They're both very strong towers indeed, and with the recent buffs to them in the past few updates, I wanted to do a test to see which of these are stronger. Now the Flying Fortress here, this costs about 173k including all of its buffs. And it will go up against the Super Mines, who cost roughly around 179k on its own. Now, onto the testing. So the first round is 119. I mean, practically both of them can quite easily solo up to 119, so this will be the first round which we'll test them both against. Now, as this is a map balance, the BADs do take quite a long time to get to the middle, but the Super Mines just massively deals damage the minute BADs come in, but it dies to CTs. Super Mine showing it has already had a weakness. Does it really end that quickly? Well, that's it up against the Flying Fortress now. Now all the Flying Fortress has to do is beat one round 19, and then it'll show that in BADs this is in fact better than Super Mines. It seems to be popping the BAD slower, but can handle with the DDTs. Now, remember that was with the Call to Arms and the Overclock, and now they're both paired off. We'll see if it can still handle them. But with the abilities coming back, the Flying Fortress seems to have taken care of 119, showing that in fact, when just multiple BADs, it is superior. Now the main buff to the Super Mines was not in fact just its normal BAD damage, but it was its damage to fortified BADs. So we'll see how it compares to round 140. So the fortified BAD should be destroyed quite quickly with its new buff to fortify BADs. As you see, it's got a pot counter of 73,000 against 760 before it leaks to the fortified BAD. Now it's time for the Flying Fortress's turn. Now all this has got to do is do more damage than the Super Mines. Now the Flying Fortress seems to be rapidly approaching, and it seems to be doing a lot more damage a second to the than the Super Mines. And in fact, it has already overtaken the Super Mines damage in 76,000, going just over 110k before losing. Now the final test is against round 98, which is considered to be the hardest round in Chimps. Now obviously, as they two would both wipe out grouped rounds, I've doubled the mob health and doubled the ceramic health. So this will just be a challenge of who does better group balloon damage compared to single balloon in BADs or fortified BADs. Now the Super Mine seems to be wiping everything out, but it in fact leaks to a ceramic, having done 474,000 damage before losing. Now let's see what happens to the Flying Fortress. Unlike the Supermines, it can't just instantly wipe everything out, having to deal with them one by one. But it seems to have already gotten about halfway, and it has appeared to have overtaken the Supermines in damage and not die. And with that being another dub to the Flying Fortress. And just in case people in the comments below say it's about cross paths and that 502 may be better, I will do the other cross path too, just to show you in fact that it does not make much of a difference. Where it loses and does even less damage. So in conclusion guys, the Flying Fortress is buff to its darts and its super synergy with buffs like Call to Arms and Overclock. This just means this is just better overall when it's against grouped balloons, fortified BADs and normal BADs. Make sure to give this video a like, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next week.